Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Mataure. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe down below. If this is your third video or more at this point, I mean, we're practically family, am I right? Subscribe down below. I've got an interesting video for you guys today. Today, I am doing an assumptions video. So I've actually never done one of these before, and so many people have requested it. Nobody requested it. But we are here. I've seen other YouTubers do this and I thought it would just be fun. So I put it out onto my Instagram. You guys sent through your assumptions on Instagram and wow, some of them are just wow. But anyway, we're going to get into all of them today and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's get into it. I got a cup of tea. Tanganda tea, you know, my favorite. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea while I spill the tea on some of these assumptions. So I had to. Anyway, let's get cracking. You're friendly and accommodative. You're that friend that always shows up for their friends. Oh, that's so nice that you assume that of me. Yes, I think I'm very friendly. I think I'm very accommodative. I try to be anyway. I don't think I'm a good enough friend to my friends. To be honest, my friends are awesome and I feel like I could do more. So that part is, yeah, I really wish I was that person who always shows up for their friends. And I want to become that person. It's one of my mid-year resolutions. So yeah, but yes, definitely friendly and accommodative. Yeah, I found out that I have a bit of a resting bee face. Because when I'm serious, I just look very, very unapproachable. Apparently, I've heard. I don't know. You guys let me know. But yes, I'm a very friendly person. You have a short temper. Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. I used to have a really, really short fuse. I'll just go from 0 to 100 like very quickly. But guys, Jesus has done a lot of work with me. And nowadays, I can get easily irritated, but it takes a lot to make me angry. Like to make me genuinely angry, it takes a lot. You'd need to have pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. So I've worked on my anger issues over the years. But yes, so I'll say this one is like kind of true. I'm a little bit short-tempered, but I'm working on it. But yeah, you can irritate me, but it's very hard to make me angry, genuinely angry. You are a strong woman emotionally and have your life in order. Oh, I want to break that one down. Strong woman emotionally, I would say yes. I am a strong person emotionally, but not in the way that like I don't get hurt easily. I do get hurt very, very easily. I do feel a lot of pain. I'm a very emotional person. I cry very easily. Yeah, but I'm emotionally strong in that I have taken a lot of pain and hurt in my life and I have come out on top. I think anyone who's gone through anything traumatic and still alive is a strong person because it's not easy. So you guys may or may not know, but I lost both my parents almost 4 years ago now, and that was extremely traumatic. It was a horrible time. It's still very traumatic, to be honest. But for me, the way I look at it, if I could survive the pain that I went through at that time, I can survive anything. So yes, I'd say I'm strong emotionally. The other part of the question was, and you have your life in order. No, my sister, I do not. Don't even get it twisted. Like anyone else, I'm still struggling. Every single day, I'm trying to write down and figure out ways that I could, put my life in order. So no, my life is not in order. I wish it was, but I'm working on it every day. Those who do have your lives in order, do you ever feel like it's in order or you always feel like you're striving towards getting it together? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. You're not doing anything to do with what you studied in uni. I don't know. I think I am. In uni, I studied marketing management and I think I use it every day in marketing my businesses. I put together all the practices that I used in. So I would say this one isn't true because, yeah, I use marketing every single day. So, yeah, I think that one is not true. You were a virgin when you got married. Okay. This one I'm going to answer, but I'm not going to explain simply because I don't want to. No, I was not a virgin when I got married. On to the next one. You are content with the way life has played out for you. Oh man, I am. I really am. I'm genuinely very happy. I'm not happy all the time, 24/7, but I'm happy with what God has done for my life. As I mentioned before, I lost my parents, and I thought that was the end of my life, to be honest. I was just like, I'm done. But I didn't know that God had more in store for me. So I am content with the way my life is. Things could always be better. You know what I mean? There's always things that you could improve on, or things that you want to do differently. But for the most part, like when I look at it like overall, I am content. I strive to be content in every situation, because that's what the Bible says we should do in Philippians. Try to be content in whatever situation you're in, and I think that genuinely is the key to happiness. Can I say nothing? Life experience has taught me never to assume, because most times I'm wrong. Oh, my sister, you are wise. I have also learned, don't ever assume anything about anyone's life, because you have no idea what things are like behind the scenes. I mean, even for someone who's on social media like me, you guys maybe see a fraction of what my life is like. And I share only the things that I want to share with you. Some things what I don't want to share, I just don't share with you. So yeah, assumptions from afar just can be very wrong, and not even in a bad way. For example, you can assume someone is miserable in their situation because their situation is not your ideal situation. Meanwhile, they're very, very happy because it works for them. So yes, I definitely agree. Except this time, of course, I'm open to assumptions, of course, and people will assume anyway. But yeah, I've also learned, just don't assume anything about anyone's life, because you really have no idea. You're a kind and transparent person. Yes, that is true. I like to think I'm kind. I'm sure maybe those who actually know me can just let me know. I like to think I'm a very kind person, and yes, I'm very transparent. You guys know I'm an oversharer. And I'm just that person. What you see is what you get. The only thing I would say that people don't really see through me when they see me is how sensitive I am. I'm very sensitive, I'm emotional, and I'm easily hurt. But for the most part, honestly, what you see is what you get. I get some people who are like, oh my gosh, you look like so much fun on YouTube. I wonder what you're like in real life. I'm like, this is me. This is what I'm like in real life. My friends will tell you that, my family will tell you that. As much as I'm talking now, that's how much I talk in real life. So I'm just that person who's very transparent. I like to share part of my life, which is why I'm on YouTube. I'm a big sharer, and honestly, what you see is what you get. And I think even in like relationships and things like that, I do prefer the truth. I'm a straight talker. Let's not beat about the bush. Let's just call it like we see it. Let's just be honest. So I'm someone who just likes things that are clear and simple, and yeah, transparent. What you see is what you get. You want to have a big family. Oh, what? Really? Do I look like someone who wants to have a big family? No, I do not want a big family. I do not want a big family. I actually, all right, let me say this, because if I ever change my mind, I don't want you guys to quote me. I only want 2 children, but it depends on what God says, for that matter. I only want to birth 2 children specifically. I just feel like there's so many kids in the world. I don't need to keep pumping out more. So I do want another baby. I want one more child that I'm going to give birth to, but I'm open to adoption and fostering. Chonks knows this. We talked about that like even when we were dating. I love children. I love children. I want to open my own children's home one day. I absolutely love kids, but I'm not keen on birthing those children, if that makes any sense. So I only want one more baby. If you follow me on Instagram, you know my baby fever right now is insane. I badly want a second baby, but it's all about God's timing, I guess. But no, I don't want a big family. I want to birth 2 children, but I'm open to maybe adopting or fostering 1 or 2 more. But the goal is for me to give birth to 2 children and have a children's home of my own. So no, I don't want a big family. You and Chunks have a perfect relationship. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's just get this clear right off the bat. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. That is impossible. A human being can never be perfect or do something perfectly. That's completely off. Do we have a very, very happy relationship and wholesome relationship? Yes, we do. But that's not something that just happened. We work really, really, really hard on our relationship and on our marriage. It's something we've always done since we started dating. We've just been extremely intentional about everything that we do in our relationship and in our marriage. happy marriage is possible. I mean, I think I'm in a very, very happy marriage. I'm very, very happy with my spouse, but it takes work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes work because every single day you're getting up and you are choosing your partner and you're choosing to love them and you're choosing to be with them. And that's not always easy. Of course, Chonks and I fight like normal people. But when I talk about putting in the work, I mean, for example, Chonks and I fight, right? We don't fight like very often, but we do fight. But putting in the work means that we've learned how to fight nicely. What fighting nicely means is that in that situation, there's certain lines that we just do not cross no matter how angry we are. For example, when we fight, we never, ever, ever raise our voices. Ever, 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 ever. Like, ever, ever. That's not a thing. We never, ever shout when we're angry. It's just one of those rules. Even when we're fighting, we've learned and taken a lot of time to practice being able to articulate ourselves even when we're mad. So even when I'm mad, it's not me screaming, banging the head around. It's me saying, okay, you know what, you did this and it really upset me. So by putting in the work, we worked on things like our communication. How do we express ourselves? Because sometimes it's not just communicating to the other person, but also knowing how to communicate with yourself to understand how you're feeling at any given time. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I think it's worth it, and it's not something that I recommend you start doing when you get married. Like now, while you're dating, right now, be working on your marriage, because you can save yourself a lot of pain and grief later if you're working on your relationship right off the bat. So yeah, I think I don't take it for granted. I'm very, very blessed that I married the person right and fit for me. I feel like we complement each other very, very well. And I like him. I like being around him. I enjoy being around him. The difference with me and Chunks is I can be around Chunks 24/7 and I'm perfectly happy. Whereas he often needs space from me because that's just his personality. So those are other things that also affect your relationship. I mean, your personality type and, your love languages and how you relate to one another. So yeah, no, we don't have a perfect relationship. Do we have a happy marriage? Yes. Do we have a good marriage by our standards? Everybody's standard is different. Yes, we have a very blessed and wonderful marriage, but we work hard for it. It's not like we just woke up like that. We work hard for our marriage every day. You're really ambitious and you want a lot from life. Yes, this is very, very, very true. I am very ambitious. I'm someone who wants to build a life and a legacy and an empire. I'm someone who wants a lot from life. Basically, I think everybody does, but I'm someone who wants to establish something for myself and establish generational wealth for my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So yes, I am very ambitious. You struggle to submit to your husband because you are very confident. No, that one is definitely not true. And let me explain. So this is the problem, right? When people think about submission in marriage, they think it's like you're doing everything that he says. You no longer have a voice of your own. You no longer have a will of your own. And just like cooking for him, cleaning for him, doing his laundry, yada, yada, yada. All those things have got nothing to do with submission. Those are acts of service. It has nothing to do with submission. What submission means, when they talk about submitting to your husband, they talk about, you're basically submitting to his leadership. Okay, submission is about leadership. It's not about telling your wife what to do and trampling all over her like a doormat. Being submissive to your husband in marriage is not about being a doormat. It's about acknowledging his leadership and his authority in your relationship. The Bible always talks about how Christ submits to God and how Christ loves the church. So that should be the basis of the relationship. His job is to love me. My job is to respect and acknowledge his leadership. Now, you can only submit to somebody who submits to God. Okay? So what this means is that what it looks like for us sometimes is that maybe I want to do something, but Chonks wants to do something else. So me submitting to him is acknowledging and accepting the fact that he's most likely receiving instruction from God, right? Because he submits to God. That's the thing. That's the part nobody ever talks about. I submit to Chonks, and Chonks submits to God, and we both submit to God, but Chonks submits to God. That's where he receives his instruction, right? That's his job as the leader of the home. So submission means me trusting in the decisions that he's making because I know that he's receiving them from God. I hope that makes sense. I know that was a little bit confusing. This does not mean that I don't have a voice. You guys know me. I say a lot of things, and I'm very talkative. I'm very outspoken. But Chunks acknowledges me. He listens to me. But if we're at a point where it's a crossroads and it's either Chunks' decision or my decision, I go with what Chunks says, because I believe he's receiving instruction from God. And 10 out of 10, every single time that has happened, Chunks' way ended up being better, because Chunks' way ended up being the way that God wanted things to work. So I've just learned over the years to just trust him. Trust him, because I believe he's receiving instruction from God. But yes, so I happily submit to my husband, because I know that he's receiving leadership from the right places. So yeah, to answer that question. You would be a stay-at-home mom if you could. No, I would not. I definitely would not. I love MJ. I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, but I love MJ with all of my heart. But I absolutely could not be a stay-at-home mom. And no disrespect to anyone who's a stay-at-home mom. No disrespect. I'm a feminist. By feminist, I believe women have a right to choose. Those who choose to be homemakers or are homemakers, whether it's by default or what, I love it. I respect you. Wonderful. It's just not for me. I don't think I would be fulfilled if I were staying at home and being a full-time mom. Of course, mom guilt is something that I do sometimes struggle with, because, you know, sometimes I'm working long hours, and, you know, sometimes I get home after bedtime. You guys know bedtime is so important to me. But no, I would not. Given the choice, I would never be a stay-at-home mom, because I don't think I would be fulfilled doing that. I think I'd be miserable. I think being a stay-at-home mom would make me a worse mother than I am right now, because I would be bitter. That's the truth. That's the truth. I think I'd be very bitter. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's, got their choices. It's not something I would choose for myself. You are very confident and are a social butterfly. Ha! The irony. No, I actually am not. I suffer from a lot of social anxiety. I'm that person who's like, okay, I don't know, should I say hi? Are they waving? Oh, okay, they're not waving at me. Okay, do we say hi? Do we not say hi? I suffer from a lot of social anxiety. And yeah, I'm one of those people where if we're in a room full of people, I'll probably be quiet and just kind of figuring out the room. But if you come and greet me, I'll be like, oh, hi, you know what I'm saying? Then I kind of come to life, but I struggle to make the first move in most social settings. I can be extremely awkward and uncomfortable sometimes. But yeah, am I a social butterfly? Probably not. I think maybe when I'm more comfortable, or if I know the people, like if it's like my friends or family or people that I'm familiar with, then yeah, sure, I'll be a social butterfly. But if you were to plonk me in a room where I don't know a single soul, I'll be extremely uncomfortable, extremely awkward, and really shy until someone comes out and they're like, hi, and I'm like, oh, hi, yeah, hi, that kind of thing. So yeah, no, that one's not true. That was fun, guys. That was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. If you don't yet, follow me on Instagram so that you guys can just be up to date whenever I'm putting out all these Q&As. But otherwise, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.